Yes. Come on, let's go. It is what it is. I tell you guys, you don't need a building. Fantastic weekend. I swear down. I love it. Yes. It's all about Intercontinental Sports TV. Back again this week on Monday. I know it's Monday. You don't need a building. Please smash the like on the video. Please subscribe to the channel. This is actually how we do it. This is how we roll on every Monday. And it gets hard and hard. Welcome everybody onto this show. Yes, that's what we're going to discuss today. You don't need a building. Robbie, away from Nigeria, is also set. I tell you, we're going to roll together today. The EPL results and other leagues. Star player of the week on this channel. Also, the EPL matches, the talking point. Come on. Drop it. Yes. The EPL matches, talking point. We're looking at Chelsea versus Manchester United stalemate. Liverpool in the mud. Losing to Nottingham Forest. There's Irate. Talk to me, Irate. Arsenal, I tell you, Arsenal. That's enough. Dropping 2 points, vital 2 points at Southampton. Come on, Newcastle, big up to Newcastle, beating Spurs in London to make sure they are into the top 4 race. All hands on deck. I tell you guys, it's going to be loud. That guy, all the way from that to show this city. I'm going to bring him on this show. So many talking points. Star players, EPL table, La Liga table. We're going to talk about it. But first, let me welcome everybody onto this show. Please smash the like on the video. Subscribe if you haven't. This is how we roll. So much content coming up for this World Cup coming up. That's 2022. I tell you, it's going to be loud. You're all welcome onto this show. With this, let's start like this. Let me bring my brother from another mother into this show. I'm talking about Robbie. Robbie, can you hear me? Talk to me, Robbie.
I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me?
Yes, big up, bro. I can hear you loud and clear.
Good evening. So good to be here. I love the music. I love the atmosphere, and I love the setting. Let's get started.
Oh my goodness, he says this. So now, smash the like on the video if you get it. Let me tell you something, in case you don't know. Now you know. This is Intercontinental Sports TV. I'm going to bring this guy. He lives at that area. Paulo showed you. Enter with your change area. You know what I'm talking about. Kunle Payiga. Kunle, talk to me.
Good evening, Don. I don't know.
Kunle, can you hear me? You're breaking up.
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. You're welcome to this show. Guys, it is what it is. I want to show you guys, your Manchester United fan. I'm talking about Robbie and Kunle. What do you think about this game? Let's start from there. Kunle, talk to me. Can you hear me? What do you think about this picture? Kunle, can you hear me? Oh, I think I lost him. Robbie, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, what do you think about this picture? Before I bring Professor Tuchel into the building, into the mix.
Well, I think Casemiro was phenomenal on Saturday, and of course, that's a beautiful header. Is more or less, in fact, let me say, it's more or less what he deserves as his first goal as a United player. So I say big one for him, and of course a big one for United. Unfortunately, Scott McTominay would have made us lose that game, but thankfully Casemiro was there to spare his blushes.
All right, thank you so much, Robbie. I'm going to tell the viewers, please smash the like on the video, and let's go for it. Seriously speaking, I tell you, Professor Tuchel in the building. I'm going to bring him in. He's a Chelsea fan. He's fuming. He's angry that his team they don't play to expectation. I'm going to ask him, does he enjoy the game? Prof, talk to me. You're welcome to the show. Do you like this?
Good evening, everybody.
Yes,
No,
yes,
it's
yes,
not.
yes.
It's not a pretty picture to look at. It's a heartbreaking picture. To score at that dying second to a minute of the game, in
Yeah.
a game where, to be very honest, both teams didn't perform up to expectation. I expected it to be, a very, very intense game. It was intense, but it wasn't as interesting. I think both teams were very sloppy. United performed a little bit better than Chelsea. Come Stamford Bridge and put in a performance like that. But I thought in the final third, both teams were very, very sloppy. They need to do more going forward and scoring goals. But all in all, I think it was a fair game. It was a fair draw, 1-1 draw. Yeah, and that was it. That was it.
Yeah. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, welcome to the show. I'm trying to bring Kunle in. Kunle, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can, boss. Yes, I can.
Yeah. We're starting off with this game, the game of the weekend. I tell you, Chelsea versus Manchester United. Prof in the building saying the two teams perform, the low key. Do you agree with this? His opinion saying we are so lucky. I mean, is that what you said, Prof?
No.
Yeah.
I said both teams deserve the draw. I think it was an underwhelming performance by both teams, to be honest. Yeah, United did a little bit better than Chelsea, but look, both teams, the standards they want to be, the standards that both Chelsea and United are aspiring to be, I think there was nothing. They were nothing. They showed nothing close to those standards. Like, it was a very poor match to watch. Very, very poor match to watch. Yeah.
All right, Kunle, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, boss.
What do you want to say about this guy? I'm going to show the picture. I just want to make sure Chelsea fans, the mix we are having, the vibes we're having about this guy, Casemiro. Can you go for it, Kunle? What can you say about Casemiro? The picture of the
Casemiro, the guy is finally growing into the Manchester United team. When he first came, he was sitting out on the bench, and people were not sure, asking questions about his age and all of that. But we can clearly see now that he has displaced Scott McTominay, who was the one playing at that time. He is, he's playing with a lot of energy. He's playing with a lot of passion, with a lot of power. You could see when he scored that goal, you could see his reaction. It got to show you that he was really pumped up and that was a message trying to tell people that you don't mess with me. You don't know who I am. I am here to mean business. If you underestimate me, you are doing that at your own peril. And Manchester United fans seem to finally love him. They seem to see him as that Casemiro that we remember from Real Madrid. Many people say he's the best central defensive midfielder in the world. And if that is the case, we are happy to have the best central defensive midfielder playing in Manchester United. It probably means that if the team can keep its shape, the best is definitely yet to come.
All right, Kunle, thank you so much. Let me quickly tell our viewers, if you are watching this for the first time, you want to subscribe, please press the subscribe button, smash the like on the video. Let's share this content on this channel. We have so many things we're bringing on for Qatar 2022. So far so good. I have one lady in the house is going to talk about that match I'm talking about is Nottingham Forest versus Liverpool. But I'm coming to that. But let me quickly show you guys. This is what we had over the weekend. The match is going to be played today within West Ham versus Bournemouth. But let's quickly talk about Liverpool. I swear down, I'm shocked that
it was a shocking.
Why should you be shocked?
Why you should be
shocked?
Well, it was a shocking result because Nottingham Forest at the bottom of the table, and you expect that Liverpool should have enough. Should have enough in their team to get the better of Nottingham Forest. They had won Man City, and they had also followed it up with a good win at West Ham as well. They beat West Ham in Anfield. So you expect that going to the bottom of the table, Nottingham Forest, with the likes of Salah and Firmino, Van Dijk and Gomez, Alexander-Arnold, Fabinho, these are Champions League players, Champions League winners. You expect them to go there and get a result and to put in a performance like that. Look, I feel like personally that maybe Jurgen Klopp is not getting the best out of these players. I think they have been pushed to the limit. I think he's struggling to get the best out of them, struggling to motivate them. The game against City is a self-motivated game. You don't need anybody to motivate you for that game. You can easily wake up in the morning and you're fired up for it. But to go to Nottingham Forest and put in performances like that, I think Jurgen Klopp is getting to the end of his career at Liverpool.
Well, I'm going to take this to use it to bring in Lady Val. Kunle, I know you want to say something, but just hold on. Let's bring let's bring on Lady Val. Is a Liverpool fan. We want to hear from her. What do you think about the game? Lady Val, you're welcome to the show. Talk to me.
Hello, guys. Hello to Don. I'm actually not happy, you know. I'm not happy talking about Salah. Please, could you not even go there? No, it's actually disappointing. You know, it's very disappointing. Nottingham Forest. I don't even. There is no excuse. There is no justification to even get a draw. You know, for that game, but to lose that game. You know, when I saw the lineup, the midfield, there was no creativity at all. When I saw the lineup, that was when I knew, this match is going to be really tough. A lineup of Carvalho, Elliott, Jones. Like, what was Klopp thinking? That was the first thing that I wasn't really comfortable with. And then during the game, I don't even know. I think the only good player that impressed me was Alisson. I think Alisson was the only good player in that field. Salah was missing so many chances. And then I think it was Professor Tuchel that was saying it. How do you win Man City, West Ham, and you go to lose to Nottingham Forest that every team is beaten, you know? And then we saw the players we saw that played Man City and Gomez. We saw totally opposite. Gomez was I don't even know, but he cost us that goal from Awoni. He was the one that caused the foul that led to the free kick and the header and all that, you know. And all the players were just poor, and then they missed so many chances. The finishing, you know, we saw Van Dijk, Salah, Arnold missing so many chances. And I must say, thumbs up to the Nottingham Forest keeper Henderson. He actually made so many great saves, so many saves that, you know, would have put Liverpool in the lead. But then I'm actually disappointed. Liverpool should not have gotten a draw. You know, everything was wrong from the defense, the midfield, you know, creativity, the forward, everything. It was just Alisson that was exceptional in that match. So I think Klopp has a lot to do. He has so much to do. Injuries is not an excuse to be losing matches we should be losing. So he has so much to actually do in the team.
Do you think it's coming to the end of the era of Jurgen Klopp, Lady Var?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so.
The reason why I said so, sorry to cut you short, is because look, if Liverpool fails, if they fail to qualify for the Champions League this season, that's the beginning of the end, because then you can't attract players like Jude Bellingham anymore because you're not in Champions League, and then you're talking about the rebuild. You're not starting to go from a team who, you know, was up there challenging for all trophies, so now you're talking about the rebuild again. Would Jurgen Klopp be able to go through that second phase of rebuilding? Would Liverpool fans would they be patient enough? Is it good? Because that's what it seems like. Salah is now, for me, not performing.
Everything is actually in his hands now. Before it gets to that point where it gets worse, you know, he's actually got the chance to do all that. So he doesn't get to that point where Liverpool. I can't even imagine Liverpool not playing Champions League. I can't even imagine. We still have more games to go. So he needs to, all those loopholes, he needs to start working on them. There are some games, there's some games he shouldn't be losing. So I don't think so. I think he's a good coach. Some matches, his head is just up there. He plays the right tactics, makes the right changes. But some matches, he just goes up and I'm like, oh my God, what's wrong with this coach again? So everything is in his hands. So if he wants to stay, if he wants to continue, he's left for him to do the right thing. And it's obvious. He knows what to do.
All right. Thank you so much, Lady Val. Welcome once again. I'm coming for Robbie about this game, Newcastle versus Spurs over the weekend. You can something is wrong somewhere. Newcastle, they're in top four. What do you think, Robbie? What is going on?
As it is, I'm not surprised that Newcastle are in top four. I think since last season, they were more or less the most informed team towards the end of last season. And of course, this season has been no different. This team almost defeated the Manchester City this season.
Yes.
Newcastle almost defeated the Manchester City. Even United struggled for a draw in that game. And let's not forget the fact that Tottenham are more or less their latest victim when they are playing against big teams. So I think I've been very, very impressive about how Eddie Howe has handled this team. And of course, during the summer transfer window, they did not go for the most flamboyant of players. Look at the Gumares players, the Gumares guy that they have. He's almost somebody that none of us know, except the fact that yes, he came from the Portuguese league. And look at what these players have been able to do under the let me say the humble guidance of Eddie Howe this season. Look at this Cameroonian who has more or less at the point in time last season, people are saying that he was making more or less a nuisance of himself. But this season, the guy has been in inspired form. Joe Linton and other guys have been making wonderful contributions. Look at Almiron. Almiron is in inspired form, and right now is more or less a player that everybody enjoys.
Shout out!
He's on fire.
That guy.
So the guy has been in inspired form this season. Everybody in that squad are putting in the hard work that Newcastle really deserves right now, and I think they deserve where they are right now. And if all these victories are not careful, Newcastle will still a slot,
especially Liverpool.
In the top. Yes. Let Leviva answer that one.
I actually want to say something about that game. Just
okay, please go on.
Go ahead.
Okay, Okay, about the Newcastle game. Yeah, in terms of to Newcastle, I think they've considered the team that have the least goal, considered the least goal this season, just 10 goals, and they've been unbeaten in 7 matches at a stretch, and they've only lost 1 game, and that's to Liverpool. So when you mention Liverpool, thumbs up to Liverpool as well. They're the only team that have actually beaten Newcastle this season, So
very lucky.
But then I think what's the keeper's name? Loris. Most people say he cost Tottenham that game because the 2 goals conceded were from his end. The first one was when he bumped into Wilson, I think, and the second was when he tried to pass the ball to Sessegnon, and there was the Newcastle guys beat them to it and they scored the goal. But then mistakes are bound to happen, but we are not going to take it out of the fact that Newcastle is actually on fire, especially Almiron. Oh my God, I look at this guy playing, like he has been scoring back to back 6 goals so far. The guy is on fire, and just like Robbie said, if you're not careful, anyway, it's not going to happen. They're not going to take the league, but they are going to displace one team, in the top 4 slot. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Kunle, just like Robbie said, I mean, credit has to be given to Eddie Howe. He's a fantastic manager, a master tactician. He has brought that team together. They're not glamorous names. When he had signings of Dan Burn, we're bringing players like Dan Burn, Steve Botman, into the defense with Fabian Schär. He has rejuvenated that team. Look at Joe Linton, like Robbie said. Joe Linton is a player reborn. Amron has always been putting in work, but he hasn't had end products, But now he's coming up with the goals. They can even afford to, go through. Look, before Newcastle, when you think about Newcastle last season, all you think about is Alassane Maximin, their talisman from the left. But now they can play without him. It is a team bond there, building right there in Newcastle. And look, it's fantastic to watch. I think they're going to be very soon. They're going to be everybody's favorite second team, the way they're going at the moment. So I think kudos to the manager, the board, and kudos to the board for being smart in there. They can afford to go and get, glamorous players, like Robbie said. They spend much money, but they are taking it systematically, trying to build it organically a little bit, And I think it's kudos to them. Yeah.
Yes.
For Spurs, on the other end, I don't know if we can talk about Spurs because that was
Conte. Something is. I wanted to even ask. What is wrong with What is wrong with Conte with this formation, for crying out loud?
Well, in my opinion, I think Antonio Conte has to take a little bit of blame. Look, he was speaking about the play. He was indirectly speaking about the fact that the players are not good enough. Look at Longley. Longley was beaten too easily. And I remember Irit was skeptical about the signing of Longley from Barcelona. He said he was already out of the door. His performances were abysmal in Barcelona. And so we saw a part of it yesterday, how Almiron got in front of him. Almiron had the time to turn to his left foot again and slide the ball past Lloris. I think it was symbolic from him. I think it doesn't play if Ben Davies is fit and ready to go. So some of the players there are bang average, but Antonio Conte's style tactics 6-2. I think it's a little bit defensive. You're playing at home at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. You expect him to go with maybe a Lucas Moura, in attack, or maybe start with Perisic in attack or something. He still went with the 5-3-2 with three defensive midfielders in Bentancur, Oliver Skip, and Bissouma. Højbjerg was missing, so he has to do more. He has to be on the front foot more. You can't have world-class players like Son and Kane and be playing on the back foot. Newcastle control the game, and that's really, really rare. That is really rare. And if they continue like this, I think, look, they will. I still feel they'll finish in top 4 because I expect that they will get the better of the smaller teams. The way they play, I think Son and King will be too much for the smaller, lesser teams. But when all big teams they face this season, they've been battered, and that's the worry. That's the serious worry.
Yes, Kunle, I'm coming to you right now about this game, Southampton versus Arsenal. Arsenal, they don't draw point, too. So
as expected.
For my language, you say, but if you're rebel, no lorry.
Yes, no.
This is not Ijile man.
I tell you, the way we want to make it be,
yes,
when the rain fall.
They are standing on one leg now.
Yeah. Kunle, talk to me about this game, please. What's your review about it?
Well, it's not surprising, first and foremost, because you see, when you are on a roll, okay, you tend to be carried away. So what would happen is Arsenal fans would be like, Southampton, they are not in form, this and that and all. But you see, these are exactly the kind of moments that the likes of.
Oh, I lost Kunle there, guys. Robbie, can you pick it up from there? Between the game between Southampton, Arsenal, Robbie.
Well, let me say for my assessment of that game, Arsenal started very well in that game, and just like we all have noticed during the course of this week, that man, Granit Xhaka, has actually been in inspired form so far. He has been impressive. At a point in time, this was a player that was on the verge of leaving the Gunners. And of course, only God knows what Mikel Arteta has been able to do to turn things around. This is somebody that has been unsettled at a point in time. He has always been causing controversies week in, week out. But right now, it seems to be one of the, one of the most important piece of instruments at the hands of Mikel Arteta right now. And just like I said, that game started very well for Arsenal. Started very, very well for them. And but they refused to seize the initiative going forward, and they allowed Southampton into that game. Against any big team, as long as Southampton they are able to keep their shape and they are able to turn out chances after chances, they always come back to punish big teams. Manchester United have been at the receiving end of Southampton's displays over the years. And of course, Arsenal were at the receiving end over the course of the weekend. Gabriel Jesus was nowhere to be found in that game. And of course, their momentum fizzled out in the course of that game, which allowed Southampton come back. And of course, they almost grabbed a point in that game. Unfortunately, Arsenal have been dropped 2 points. And of course, Manchester City are laughing, and of course, they will be hoping to profit from this result in the coming weeks.
Yes. That will come. We actually have to do this review quickly about Chelsea versus Manchester United. Professor Tuchel, you scored first. Chelsea scored first. Was it a penalty? Don't lie. Don't. Was it a penalty?
Most Man United players were feeling out. Fans were feeling outdone by the penalty, but it was a Stonewall penalty. It was an absolute penalty.
Let me quickly add this one. It was a penalty any day of the week. Penalty.
Yes. Kunle, do you agree with that? Was that a penalty, Kunle? Lady Va, please help me now. Was
undisputed? It was.
Yeah, because
and I don't know. I was very angry with McTominay. What was that for? That was just needless.
That's not exactly, because that's not rugby. It's in rugby you can
that was a needless foul.
Yeah, like you don't hold, as in you were holding the guy like, there is no how he's going to fall down. There is no how that guy. Now you could say, who was the person that fell down again? Was it
Broha?
It was Broya, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
Now, yeah, you could say, okay, maybe eventually he maybe simulation or something. But the point is, McTominay held him. So the way McTominay held him, there is no way that alone will give Broha enough opportunities to even you understand. Even though McTominay eventually removed his arms and all, but that is an opportunity where simulation can happen, and that player can get away with it, because you shouldn't be surrounding yourself within a player's arms like that. So that was very wrong from McTominay.
All right, Prof.
There was a similar one in the match between Wolves and Aston Villa as well. The same thing happened. A player was being pulled the same way, and penalty was given, and then he slotted it. So it's a penalty every day, every time.
But Prof, do you talking about Chelsea pattern in that game? Were you comfortable with it? I mean,
no, I was very disappointed with the performance. But look, the way Chelsea play, the current best player in Chelsea is Reece James, and is absent. A lot of Chelsea's attack, even and defense, comes from that right wing. And when you have the best right back in the world currently not available for the game like that, then
he's giving excuses already. He's giving excuses.
No, honestly, because look, that is how it is with Chelsea. Chelsea, they are currently not performing. For me, going forward, it is not pretty to watch at all. I was really, really angry watching the game because I could not see a pattern of play going forward. But look, it's just 8 games into Graham Potter's new reign, and I don't expect that everything is going to be perfect at the moment. They are just struggling to get results, put the results here and there. I believe they are doing a lot of work in the training ground. Aubameyang, like I said, is not firing as much as we expected. Raheem Sterling has gone into his shell, so the forward line is not putting. Amand Deborah is still young. Havertz is not coming up with it. Pulisic, the same thing. French player. So the attack is non-existent, and it's very worrying because the defense Kepa can clip all, can save all the goals he wants to save, and the defense might be all there. But then if you don't put in the ball in the net, you end up having things like what happened with Casemiro coming up with late winners, and you losing your 3 points. So the attack they need to come up well. I think a lot of work needs to be done in the training pitch for Chelsea Football Club.
Kunle, can you comment for Chelsea for Manchester United match review about this game?
Sorry, come again.
Yeah, for this match review for Manchester United.
Okay, for Manchester United. Well, if there was any side that we're going to make something happen out between Chelsea and United, it was going to be United. But I think I said it right here on Friday that this game was going to end in a draw. I know many people were they were looking at me like, what is this guy saying? But everything I said, no. Even if it wasn't 0-0, but it was close, right? The penalty changed the complex of it, because that probably Manchester United. If that penalty didn't come, that game was ending in a draw. I didn't see anybody scoring towards the end of the game, but the penalty probably changed the complexion of the game for Man United to at least push or something, and the goal came. But I categorically said it was ending in a draw, even though I said 0-0 was correct score, because we've seen this pattern play out. I mean, this is the 5th consecutive draw between them. When they come, they will have chances, but they waste them. And that was what we saw in the first half, where United should have. They will waste them. Chelsea had the momentum in the second half, where United were now retreating. But what did Chelsea do with the ball? Nothing. They were just ballooning the ball.
Kunle, do you feel like the game would have been different if Ronaldo was available?
No. Nothing would have changed if nothing would have changed if
the chances Rashford missed.
Yeah. I wanted to even ask the question about Ronaldo. In that position,
nothing would have happened.
Is that going to be an effect?
Nothing would have happened.
I don't understand when Man United people come out and say one of the greatest players of all time. If it's on the pitch, the game would have. Look, I don't know where you people have gone to this point. This is absolute disrespect for Ronaldo. Look, we cannot say if Ronaldo was on that pitch.
Okay. What did he do?
Difference.
He not have done. Okay, what did he do last season when Liverpool pummeled? At least he played when Liverpool pummeled the team 5-0. What did he do when?
He still came up with 18 goals last season. He came up with 18 goals last season.
We're talking against Chelsea.
We're talking about against Chelsea. We're talking against the likes of City, against the likes of Liverpool. Where was he when they were pummeling us? Where was he when Brighton was pummeling us?
It was on the bench when Man City beat you guys 6-3 this season. It was on the bench.
I'm talking about
Leave
last
season.
Yeah,
This season. Okay, where was the same Ronaldo when Man United played Chelsea last season? Was it not the same draw we played also? Where was he? Did he score? He didn't score.
Exactly. I tired.
All right, let's move on. Shaya was saying something. Let me.
It was an embarrassment, truly.
Yeah, from a Chelsea perspective, there must be some embarrassment at the opening half hour performance. United dominated possession. You see, block passing lane and made it.
What did they use the possession do? What did they use
It was embarrassing to watch. But anyway, let's look at the league table. Arsenal is sitting pretty well, followed by Manchester City.
Sitting with one leg.
Yes, Tottenham in third position. Newcastle, I'm scared, man. This Newcastle, 21 points. Chelsea, number 5. When did Chelsea fall to number 5?
Newcastle, the people thought we go different, so we're at the same points. Go different.
Omashu.
And the United are below Chelsea.
You know what? With 1 point. Where's Liverpool? Let's look for Liverpool. The Liverpool number 18.
At least we are still in the first page. So
16 points so far. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. All right, let's look at before we go on. I want us to talk about this guy who is made it to be the star player of the week. His name is Ousmane Dembele. Is the star player of the week. Prof. Yeah. This guy scored a goal and fantastic assists. I think 3 or 2 assists or something.
I think he made 2 assists.
3 assists. 3 assists. He was involved in all Baka's goals. He was involved in all the goals.
This guy is phenomenal. He's Baka. Yeah. So, what do you think?
I remember he was on the verge of leaving. He wasn't sure. It wasn't clear if he was going to leave at the start of the season or play. But he wanted to stay. He wanted to play. And finally, the season started, the transfer window ended, and he's getting his chances, and he's really taking them. He's a very, very dangerous winger. When he's coming at you, his both foot, his right and left foot are equally strong, so you don't know where he's going. And it's very tricky, very dangerous. Knows how to dribble, knows how to go past players. He can score goals. He can pass the ball. He can lay passes. I think he's a terrific player to watch. And yesterday he took the game by the scruff of the neck. Decided the game all through against Bilbao. Bilbao were destroyed in a space of I think less than 20 minutes. They were about 2-3 goals ahead. So all the quality of Ousmane Dembele. So I think he's a great player. I don't know if he'll be going to the obviously I don't know if he will go to the World Cup for France. But I think he should. He should make it to the World Cup, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Lady Vi, you want to say something about Ousmane Dembele? Kunle, you want to say something about Ousmane Dembele? Talk to me, Kunle.
The problem, Ousmane Dembele is a talented player, like Prof just alluded to. But the problem is this: he puts in this performance today. Next week, he's nowhere to be found. That's all he's not even that. No, not even that. Let's even say maybe he has gone past his injury because he hasn't really had any injuries, but he's not being consistent. So you can more or less say maybe someone like Marcus Rashford, kind of. Marcus Rashford, who we know today can be very threatening and all, and will cause problems for the next game. He's nowhere to be found. So that is how he needs to be consistent in his game because that consistency is going to be what will make Barca equally consistent on their own. But if he's not consistent, Barcelona definitely get to have problems because he's a very key cog in that Barca.
All right, that's La Liga table, guys. Real Madrid sitting pretty well with 31 points. It's getting hot in there. I mean, Kunle, I think was it today we are talking about Real Madrid. This is one of the best performance from Real Madrid this season. I mean, with this, even when Ronaldo was there, you can't. This Barca team, they are complete.
The Barca team is complete, but you can't really say that that maybe some of the players that they bought or something really fit into the team.
Was this speaking about
really
sorry?
Oh, I mean Real Madrid. I'm talking about. Oh, sorry, Real Madrid. I'm talking about Real Madrid.
In terms of maybe
Real Madrid.
In terms of maybe squad depth, Real Madrid don't have up to Barcelona, right? Because I think Real Madrid have a smaller team. But the thing is, if one player were to be injured right now, those who are on the bench can come up and they will step up and they will play. But that is the beauty of it. Carvajal might not play, and Federico Valverde will make a good shift at right back. Lucas Vázquez can come in. David Alaba can move left back. Nacho can come in and play beside Militao. Dani Ceballos can come in that midfield if there's no Luka Modric. And that is how it should be. That is why I tell people that when people like Liverpool make excuses that injuries or the likes of Chelsea.
Must you mention Liverpool as an example?
No, even Chelsea, where they will say James injured, Chilwell is injured. Well, Real Madrid equally have injury problems, but this team are able to punch above their weight. They might not win. I remember the season when Chelsea reached, when it was City Chelsea Champions League final. Real Madrid were ravaged with injuries and all, but they were still able to get to the Champions League semi-final, and they were able to take the La Liga title to the very last day of the season that Atletico Madrid. That is a team. Those were no excuses. They still put in the performances, and that's how it should be. So I think teams who complain about injuries or give excuses, they should look towards Real Madrid.
I think this is a very fantastic. So to the question you asked, Don, I think this Madrid side is different class, to be honest.
It's different.
Honestly, because look at the middle of the park. They have a lot. The quality in that midfield.
Qualities too. That's what I'm saying.
Tchouaméni, Kroos, Modric, and then you have Camavinga, and then Valverde can play there. Ceballos can come in, and the boy Vinicius. I don't know. I can't speak enough of that boy. I think he's. Look, people, we can talk about the likes of Mbappe and Haaland for all we want, but for me, Vini Jr. is going to be one of the world best. In fact, already for me, he's one of the world best players. For me, it's going to be there, right up there. That boy is a player, and they have Rodrigo. They have young. The thing about them, Carlo Ancelotti has done a perfect work in that club, and it shows the level of quality that man has. There's a perfect blend of youth and quality and experience in that team. You have your Modric and Kroos that are getting ahead of time, but then you have Rodrigo coming in. Valverde scored a fantastic worldie, and he has done that 3 or 4 times this season already. Valverde, that is another serious player. I tell you, and I hear that they might come in for Bellingham next season. I hear
they should not drag you with Liverpool, please.
So Madrid is just something.
How much money does Liverpool have? How much money do you have?
Liverpool cannot compete.
Nobody can drag a player with Real Madrid. Once Real Madrid,
true.
Nobody.
I don't know how they do it. I mean, you're right. I don't know how
team
they
can.
do it.
No, it's because they have that name, that prestige is there. Real Madrid is seen as the most successful club in Europe. So that prestige is there. And
even most players, they don't mind to be on the bench. They don't mind.
Yeah, exactly. They don't mind. Just being associated with the most successful club in Europe is enough for you to turn down any club. It's enough for you to turn down PSG or any club that has more money. Even if Real Madrid is broke, they would still want to go to Real Madrid because of that name.
All right, guys, that was going to make us to switch to the African players, the best player for this week. We're going to start with number 10. The number 10 for this week, I tell you, is a fantastic guy. And I'm going to take it on to Robbie to start with this guy. His name is Alex Nwobi. That's number 10 for this week. He provided 2 assists in Everton 3-0 Premier League win over Crystal Palace over the weekend. That's our number 10.
Alex Nwobi has been in inspired form since the beginning of this season. I must tell you, I saw that game against Crystal Palace, and he was just unstoppable. The assist for the first goal was a beautiful, well weighted and well threaded pass to give to open up our Crystal Palace's defense for the first goal. And of course, that cheeky back in for the third goal was just more or less the icing on the cake for that young man. And of course, a lot has been said as touching if it was available for the Nigeria's game against Ghana, maybe things would have turned out differently. Well, we all will not know because he was not available for that game. But I think this season he has been instrumental in the way Everton have been playing or are playing and have been playing so far. And of course, Frank Lampard has let's see, so far so good. Frank Lampard has actually done a wonderful job at the club. Hopefully, they will be able to play. Hopefully, they will be able to play the position in the mid-table when the season concludes. But of course, right now, I think Alex Iwobi deserves all the encomium that he's getting, and of course, hopefully, he will be able to do more as the season progresses.
All right, thank you so much. That's at number 10 for this week. Number 9 goes to I want Kunle to talk about this guy. It's at number 9 for this week. That's Aaron Martin of Cameroon. He scored a goal in Bayern Munich, 2-0 Bundesliga win over Alpha. Kunle.
Yeah. Well, Choupo-Moting, yeah.
This guy should be going to the World Cup now.
Yes, I want to believe he will be.
Yes.
Even though maybe he might not be starting, because I believe the likes of Vincent Abubakar is more of is a bigger player than Abubakar is Cameroon's star player. He always turns up for them at major tournaments they play. So Choupo-Moting, maybe he might play beside him or he might come off the bench, but it doesn't take away the fact that Choupo-Moting is a player with quality. He came into Bayern to be a part player from PSG. This guy has had, I remembered when he transferred to Bayern from PSG, people were like, how the hell did he do this? Because he even moved from PSG, from PSG, he came from Stoke City, I remember. And, he has been finding himself in big clubs here. And you would think, how is he doing it? That this is not somebody who you think is a big player like that. But he's able to actually deliver on occasion, as we saw here. And I guess that is what they have seen in him. He's able to rise up to the occasion where you need valuable results. Bayern have not really done well in the Bundesliga this season by their standards, but they've been able to step up lately. And if you are having people like Choupo-Moting, delivering definitely he will see more game time.
Yes. That's number 9 for this week. Professor Tuchel, I want you to go for this number 8, please. His name is Victor Osimhen. Or you saw his goal?
I watched the game.
How you rubbish Smalling?
He had Smalling on his toes all through the game. I like the way
Osimhen plays.
Honestly, Osimhen plays with so much passion. He plays with, as a forward line, he's always talking, he's always speaking, he's always raising his arms. I like he's always lively throughout the whole game. He put the back line, the back three of Mancini and Smalling and the other guy. He put 3 of them on their toes. It was the lone striker. And look, before this game, I think the coach Spalletti had been starting with Raspadori in front, but he saw that this was a bigger. He had a bigger defense to Mourinho's defense to contend with, and he had to go with the bigger striker in Osimhen. And look, before that chance that Osimhen destroyed Smalling, he had an easy one that he was supposed to take, but he put that wide, and I felt like, look, maybe it wasn't his day. Only for him to come up, with that goal, he shrugged off Smalling to the side and blasted it like as if it was Marco Van Basten. I think Osimhen, I'm just ashamed that he's not going to the World Cup with this country. But that was a good player there. So it's a fantastic player, Osimhen.
And I think Manchester United should go and buy this guy, this striker.
Or maybe Chelsea.
No, you already have Nkuku now. Or wait till the young guy. Kukuruku, or wait till they call now. Manchester United should go for this guy. I swear down. Kunle, what do you feel? I mean,
no, absolutely. I think Osimhen is not going to be in Napoli for long, and you know why? Because I said something while he was injured. The likes of Raspadori took over, so it goes to tell you that Napoli can actually do well without Osimhen. And because I'm sorry, but there's always going to be this bias of these clubs wanting to favor more of their Italian players. I'm not saying Osimhen wouldn't play, but in the scenario where he doesn't play and these guys can deliver, there's going to be a lot of liking for him. I mean, even while Osimhen was there, I mean, when they had the likes of Lorenzo Insigne, I mean, Insigne was always going to be a crowd favorite over Osimhen. So what I feel is, if Napoli continues to do well, where maybe in a situation where maybe Osimhen gets injured and they are doing very well like still, I think this time around, rather than for Napoli to hold on like they did with Koulibaly, that they held down to Koulibaly for 100 years before they released him, before they sold him, they should not waste time and get Osimhen so that Osimhen can move forward. Because Osimhen, I see him moving to a bigger club, but Napoli should not hold him back if he continues to impress. Even if it means dropping more than 100 million, I believe any club would do that because he has shown his class. So they shouldn't relent this time around. They should let him go and let him, let his career progress because he's still a young player.
Yeah, he's still a young player. That's good. Take us to our number 7 for this week. Robbie, what do you want to talk about Peter Olayinka, who scored a goal in Slavia in Czech First League over Sparta? He scored a very fantastic goal. What do you want to say about Peter Olayinka?
Well, I think I know Peter Olayinka. I actually have been following his career, not closely though, but I think he's somebody I am familiar with as touching his playing career. And of course, to see him banging in the goals again for Slavia Praha, that says so much about his personality. I think in the Champions League, when they were in the Champions League, I'm not sure of which European tournament that they were in. He also was a wonderful performer for the team because he also was able to get on the score sheet for them. So to see him back amongst the goals, his club in Czech Republic is one of the top clubs in the country, and of course, I think it's a good thing to see him back amongst the goals for his team.
Okay, that's good. Our number 6 for this week, Kunle. This guy, I don't know. What do you want to talk about this guy? His name is Ola Aina of Nigeria. Nigeria really impressed this week. I mean, last week league. We have Ola Aina, who scored a goal in Torino, Serie A over Udinese. Olayinka, over to you, Kunle.
Well, yeah, Ola Aina has been a stable name in Torino ever since his transfer to the Super Eagles. Ever since his transfer to Chelsea, to Torino was confirmed, where he was sold permanently, he has been a mainstay there. Now, why I said Super Eagles was I actually had the opportunity of meeting him in the Super Eagles camp when the Super Eagles came to play. I think it was in the Central African Republic, and I had the opportunity to ask him some questions, and also, he has been. And I remember one of the questions I asked him was that, does it feel like he is an Italian citizen now because he is settled in Italy? He makes the match day squad for Torino week in, week out. So for him to be among the goal scorers, he's versatile. He can play either on the left wing as left fullback or right fullback. So for him to be among the goal scorers is a big one for him, and it only goes to tell you how further he will cement it. Now, Torino have had different managers. Since he came, they've changed managers, but Ola Aina has never been affected, and I think that goes to show the quality he has. So I believe as he continues to play more, we'll definitely get to see more good performances like this one that he did against Udinese.
Yeah, thank you so much, Kunle. Also, we have number 5, which is Williams of Nigeria. I think it's Super Eagles captain. Am I right?
Yes, he is.
You are. You're right.
Yeah, scored a goal in Watford Championship. Are you kidding me? Win over, oh God, Super Eagles captain.
I don't understand why.
I say this is championship.
I just say imagining now. I just imagine.
What are you imagining? Try to understand. Is it that he can't score, or I don't know?
No, I just say imagine saying.
No, he's trying to say that he's surprised at the level he's playing at. That is what he's surprised about.
Oh, what happened Premier League last season, they got relegated. So, I probably see that he doesn't want to leave because he's probably settled there, even though he has not really played much this season. But, sometimes when you are settled in a place, it's England we are talking about. The championship, after Europe's top 5 league, after Europe's top 5 leagues, the championship is the 6th best paying league in the whole of Europe. So that means the championship, they pay better than Portuguese league, Dutch league, and many of them. Yes. Because, and the reason is that because of the money that is involved with Premier League promotion, many investors are coming into the championship, which means championship clubs have money. So the championship is actually a very good place to play because there's a lot of competition in order to get to the Premier League. So Ekong and Watford are going to be gunning to go back to the Premier League after, after relegating last season. So this win that they had over Luton Town is a big statement. And for Ekong to be among the goal scorers is a very big one.
Yes. And let's go to our number 4 for this week. This one will go to Professor Tuchel. It's going to be Taiwo Awoniyi of Nigeria. Prof, it's going to go. Now then, Liverpool over the.
Don't mention that.
Just remember to say it. I just try to let you.
Yeah, I mean, Taiwo Awoniyi. Look, it was a good performance from him at the weekend. Sinking the Jurgen Klopp's Red Army. Sinking them down with the one with a long goal. Let's not forget that this 25-year-old boy was signed to Liverpool 2015. He was there for 5 years, but didn't get an appearance, not sort of a game. And look, these things somehow, I don't know the way football works, but these stories sometimes comes back to haunt you. The boy who they signed who never played for them came back, yesterday, to beat them, to sing them. So it was a good performance from him, from the Nigerian boy Taiwo Awoniyi. Hopefully, he can get a regular starting, opportunity in Northern Forest because they signed lots of players, so they have lots of players who can play that position. With that Nigerian boy, Dennis is there as well. So hopefully Steve Cooper can stick to him as the number. And I think he has given back some goals, about 2 or 3 goals now. I don't know, I'm not sure. Back, so he should get more regular starting berth in the team, and maybe he can get more goals.
Yes. Robbie, do you know this guy who's going to be our number 3 for this week? His name is Bobby Adekonye. He is a Nigerian, Netherlands kind of, scored a goal and provided an assist to go ahead.
Yes, Bobby Adekonye. Bobby Adekonye is a popular name. Just like the unfortunate thing is not much people follow the Dutch Eredivisie, aside the likes of the big names as touching Ajax, PSV, AZ Alkmaar, the Feyenoord. People really don't follow the other teams in the league. So Bobby Adekonye is actually a popular name as it is, and of course, just like I always say, to see Nigerians scoring goals for their club is a happy sight. And of course, the most important thing for Nigerian fans across the country is seeing these players come to the national team to replicate this form, and of course, take Nigerian football to the next level when they go up against their African counterparts. But of course, it leaves a lot to be desired because football is not what it is in the country as it is. But we can all get the joy that we all crave from the game at seeing Nigerian players are scoring for their club. So a big one for Bobby, and of course a big one for Go Ahead Eagles in the Dutch Eredivisie.
Yes. That's Bobby Is it Adekonye or Kanye West? Adekonye West. I feel. Number 2 for this week, guys. Smash the like on the video and goes to this guy from Cameroon. I love this guy. I don't know why, but he has to be playing for.
Yeah. According to you, Amokoko. Well done.
He's got a goal and provided an assist. Kunle, over to you. What do you think about this guy?
I think this Mukoko has become a regular name on this African top 10.
Yes,
I mean, And you know, I told you the guy is he just 17 or 18, and you know he is the future. What this guy has in store, you know, the world has not seen yet. See, when this guy is ready, see, even Haaland, he will out. I'm telling you, what this guy has in store, he's going to outshine Haaland. Trust me, he will be on everybody's lips. Everybody will start talking about him.
Are you
Even
sure?
above. Oh, trust me, trust me. This guy, I think I made mention of it. This guy, Bundesliga, they had to reduce. Dortmund had to push this guy to reduce the age players get to make their debut in Bundesliga is 17. 17 is the age you can make your first team appearance. But because of this guy, if this guy scored over 150 goals across
wow.
It was on.
Yes, very true. Very true.
Dortmund had to appeal to DFB that they need to reduce the age of the age, and because of that they obliged. I covered this guy extensively, and eventually they did. So he was able to make his debut for Dortmund at the age of his Bundesliga at the age of 6. And he's living up to that expectation. So he has many years ahead of him. Trust me. If Dortmund gets themselves together, this guy is going to be a beast of a player. And trust me, I wouldn't be surprised if Germany gets to take him. I know he was born in Cameroon and he moved to Germany, but trust me, Germany is going to win the race to get him play, and he will play very well.
Germany are actively pushing for him to play for the national team.
He's going to play for the German national team very soon as it takes. So watch out for him. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, well, before we wrap up the show, our number one for today is going to go to this guy. Kunle, what do you think about this guy? Number one, Paul Onuachu of Nigeria, who's got a brace in Genks Belgium First Division win over Royal Antwerp. Kunle, over to you.
This guy is not only the most informed Nigerian at the moment in Europe, but he's actually one of the most informed Africans as well. Because if you look at the goals this guy has had, is he not in his last 6 or 5 games? He has I can't really remember, but this guy is already getting to like 10 goals. He didn't have a great start, but once he started scoring, he has been scoring in every single match, and he seems not to stop. Trust me, he seems not to stop. And what now makes me remember about this guy is so phenomenal when it comes to goal. I'm sure Robbie knows about it and attests to that. I remember Liverpool were interested. There was a link that Liverpool were linked with him. Genk's director once said that Liverpool should come for him. And, you know, it just makes me wonder that. Imagine if Liverpool had this Onuachu over a Nunez that has not yet stuck. Maybe the story would have been different, because Onuachu won't cost much. I don't think you would sign Onuachu up to 40 million.
Kunle and CEO.
Yes, you are here. I know.
Liverpool don't like cheap things. They like expensive things. They let them enjoy the expensive things.
And at the expensive, no, they do. But this is the guy who just firing for Genk. And he has the same kind of
Kunle, I beg to differ. You cannot ask a team like Liverpool to sign Paul Onuachu now. Onuachu has a long way to go. He's scoring in Genk. What kind of league? He's scoring in the Belgian league. He has to still step up and do it.
I don't understand.
He has to be more in the bigger league.
Is it not the same Belgian league that produced? Wait. Is it not the same Belgian league that produced Eden Hazard, that produced Romelu Lukaku before they went?
But I feel like Paul Onuachu still has like another level to get to before.
What level does he need to get? What level does he need? So Nunez did not.
Nunez will be saying.
Nunez need to get to it.
I just feel like Onuachu needs to step up another level before we. I mean, his team hasn't even won the title yet.
Prof, don't mind Kunle. Let him continue.
I'm just saying that he would have been a better fit than this Nunez that doesn't.
No, I don't think so. I don't.
Right, you know. Because the price tag of Nunez is coming to haunt him every time. But
Nunez will still come good. I believe so.
You will still come good. Maybe in 3 seasons time. Yeah, maybe 3 seasons.
It doesn't matter, but I know it will come good.
All right,
Okay,
guys.
no problem.
We're going to wrap up the show, and I'm going to ask Lady Va one question before we go, and it's about Darwin Núñez. Are you impressed so far with this signing? Everybody here,
to be very honest, I am not really impressed, you know, but I feel whenever the guy comes to play, he gives his best. It's just someone that is not getting the result he wants, but he's trying his best. So I can understand the challenge. It's just that there is no time, you know, we need to be getting results, and we spend so much money, you know. So far I'm not impressed. I am not.
All right. All right, Lady Va. I'm going to ask everybody one position in your team in Liverpool. Which position do you think you should strengthen? What in one word? Which position? Is it defense?
Liverpool.
Yeah, Liverpool.
The midfield for me.
The midfield, and you want a midfield. Well, that's good. I want to thank you so much for coming onto this show. Kunle, which position do you think Manchester United should strengthen in January?
For Manchester United, yes, absolutely.
What about Professor Tuchel? Every position.
Everything.
No.
All right, back.
For me, I think it's still the attack. We need a talisman in the attack. Somebody I can guarantee us over 20 goals. We don't have that.
You already have Nkunku now.
We've not signed Nkunku. We've not signed him yet. And Sterling is not performing, so we need somebody.
No.
Kunle, do you agree with?
Wait, Prof. Is Aubameyang not a part?
I tell you.
Yeah, what did he do against my? What did he do? I felt he was going to even do something against your.
They can't do anything. You know the defense
against the midget.
Martinez and Varane.
What was it?
Wait. Tuchel, you're not talking about that midget, too. You're not talking about that midget. So please talk about that midget.
Oh my God.
Hey. Don't say that. Varane. For our viewers, Varane, I think is going to be out for.
No. Yeah, I might make it for the
Thank God. Thank God.
No, he will.
That was a crunchy time. Like
Hopefully, he might even train.
Professor Tuchel, do you know this guy that came in during your match? You know, this guy.
Chukwuemeka.
No, there's these changes they made in first half. It changed the dynamic of the game.
Yes,
Kovacic. Wow, that guy
is a fantastic player.
He's a very good player.
Yeah, he didn't start because he's carrying injury. Yeah, he's carrying injury. That's why he didn't start. He has been playing with injury for about 2-3 games now. You know, so that's why he didn't start. But we all know Kovacic is a fantastic player.
He's a fantastic midfielder. Yes.
Let's not forget about the game between West Ham and Bournemouth. The lineup is out. It's about to start.
They're about to start. I want to go and watch it too. I want to go and watch it too. All right, guys. Thanks for showing up. It is what it is. Thank you so much. Kunle.
Yes, boss. Thanks a lot.
Well. Thanks a lot. Thanks for showing up. One love.
Thank you.
Lady Va. Well, we put Liverpool in prayers.
We'll pray for them. Don't worry. Because Irate is not here. You people are intimidating me. But no
Irate, shout out to Irate, Liverpool
fans. You guys should be able to make it to the Europa Conference League.
All right, thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
All right, Prof.
All right, Don. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, Robbie. One love.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right.
Guys, this is how far we can go. I am telling you guys, I enjoyed myself today. You know, turning points. And I want to inform you guys, there's a countdown to World Cup on this channel. We always run the World Cup countdown every day towards the World Cup. So stay tuned on this channel. We'll be talking about countries that will be participating in this tournament, World Cup. We're talking about them. All right, guys, smash the like on the video. This is how far we can go today. I remain your main man. You're done in the building. One love, people. Smash the like on the video. Subscribe. Bye for now.